Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Switch Hitter Podcast. I am your host, Red, where we will be talking all things Yankees baseball. As always, we have our weekly overview, the Future Cast, around the MLB standings, Pinstripe, Rewind, and the player spotlight of the week. Let's jump right into it. On Tuesday, June 2nd, the New York Yankees at home took on the Cleveland Guardians in a 9-4 loss, sadly. Not a lot of wins, but we'll talk about it. Paul Goldschmidt hit his 7th home run of the year to left field. Ben Rice would score. In the bottom of the third, it is 1-2 New York Yanks lead. Goldschmidt would again single with a line drive to right field. Suzyn would score. Caballero would score. Ben Rice would move to third base. In the bottom of the 4th inning, it would be 3-4. Yankees were leading. However, the end of the game would be a 9-4 loss. Schlittler, 7-3 this season, 4.1 innings pitched, 5 hits, 4 earned runs on the day, 0 walks, 3 strikeouts, and a home run. Still, his ERA stands at 1.89. Wednesday, June 3rd, at home, we continued our series against the Guardians in a 5-4 loss. Suzyn would hit his 7th home run of the year in the bottom of the 2nd, tying it up 1-1. On a umpire-reviewed home run call, it was upheld. Jose Caballero would get his 5th home run of the year. In the bottom of the 4th, it is 3-2, Cleveland leads. Bottom of the 6th inning, Bellinger would be out on a sacrifice fly. Ben Rice would score. 4-3, Cleveland leads. And again, in the bottom of the 9th, Bellinger would be out on another sacrifice fly. Goldschmidt would score. However, 5-4, we fall to Cleveland. Thursday, June 4th, last game against the Guardians at home, 1:35 p.m. We had a 1-2 win. Jazz Chisholm would fly out in a sacrifice double play. Goldschmidt would score. Bellinger out at third. Bottom of the 4th inning, it is 1-1. And in the bottom of the 7th inning, Ryan McMahon would single on a ground ball to right field. Chisholm would score. 1-2, Yankees win. Friday, June 6th, we take on the Boston Red Sox at home in a 5-3 loss. Ben Rice would hit his 18th home run of the year on a fly ball to right field, 1-0. Yankees are leading. Then later in the game, Spencer Jones would double on a ground ball to right field. Jazz Chisholm would score, 3-2, Boston leads. And later in the game, Trent Grisham would have his 8th home run of the year. However, we fall to Boston 5-4. Saturday, June 6th was postponed due to the rain-pocalypse, and we would come back on Sunday, June 7th with a 6-1 win against the Boston Red Sox. Goldschmidt would single on a line drive to right field. Caballero would score. In the bottom of the 5th inning, it is 1-0 New York Yankees. Cody Bellinger would hit his 9th home run of the year in the bottom of the 8th. 1-2, Yankees are leading. Trent Grisham would single on a line drive to right field. Ahmed Rosario would score in the bottom of the 8th inning. 1-3, Yankees lead. And finally, Jazz Chisholm would hit his 8th home run of the year to center right field. Grisham scores, Volpe scores, bottom of the 8th inning, 1-6, and New York Yankees win. Again, Schlittler would take the mound, 5.2 innings pitched, 4 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, 5 strikeouts, chopping that ERA down to 1.87. And lastly, but certainly not least, on Monday, 6-8, the New York Yankees took on the Cleveland Guardians away with a 7-5 win that went into extra innings. Goldschmidt would get the day started with his 8th home run of the year. Ben Rice would score. In the bottom of the 1st inning, it is 2-0 New York Yanks. Bellinger would ground a forced out. Grisham would score. Rice out at second. Bellinger to first. Throwing error by the shortstop. Top of the 3rd, it is now 3-0 New York Yanks. On another umpire-reviewed home run call, the call on the field would be overturned, and Ryan McMahon would get his 7th home run of the year. Top of the 5th inning, 4-3 New York Yanks. Goldschmidt would ground out in a forced out to second base. Grisham would score. Ben Rice would be out at second, and Goldschmidt to first. Top of the 8th, it is 5-5. And lastly, in the top of the 10th inning in extra innings, Bellinger would single on a ground ball to left field. Sanchez would score. Rice would score. Schumann out at third on the throw. Final score, 7-5, New York Yankees win. That has been your weekly overview. We will now jump into the Future Cast. Today, Tuesday, June 9th, the New York Yankees continue their second game of a three-game series against the Cleveland Guardians away at 6:40 p.m. We finish up that series on Wednesday, June 10th at 1:10 p.m. Friday, June 12th, we take on the Toronto Blue Jays at 7:37, very odd time. Saturday, June 13th, continue that series against the Blue Jays at 3:07 p.m. And on Sunday, June 14th, Flag Day, we finish up at 1:37 p.m. in Toronto. And again, next week when I talk to you on Tuesday, June 16th, after an off day, we will be back home and we will be taking on the Chicago White Sox at 7:05 p.m. That has been your FutureCast. We will now jump into the Around the MLB standings. Atop of the American League East are the Tampa Bay Rays with 38 wins, 25 losses, trailed by the New York Yankees with 39 wins and 26 losses. 0.3. Interesting. Over in the American League Central, the Cleveland Guardians are at 37 wins and 31 losses, trailed by the Chicago White Sox with 34 wins, 31 losses. In the American League West, we have the Seattle Mariners with 35 wins, 32 losses, and they are trailed by the Texas Rangers with 32 wins, 33 losses. Moving over to the National League, we have the National League East. The Atlanta Braves have 45 wins, on fire, 21 losses, trailed by the Philadelphia Phillies with 36 wins, 30 losses. Over in the National League Central, we have the Brewers with 41 wins, 23 losses, and the Cardinals trail with 35 wins, 28 losses. And, of course, in the National League West, we have the LA Dodgers with the lead, 42 wins, 24 losses, and a neck-and-neck tie for second place, the Arizona Diamondbacks and the San Diego Padres, both at 34 wins, 31 losses apiece. That has been your MLB standings. We will now move into the Pinstripe Rewind of the Week. 32 years ago, on June 13th, 1994, Don Mattingly would play first base, which would be his 1,469th game for the New York Yankees. This would be the second most behind, of course, Lou Gehrig, who holds the record. That has been your Pinstripe Rewind of the Week. We will now jump into our Player Spotlight of the Week. Our Player Spotlight of the Week is none other than the ace himself, who has just come back from Tommy John surgery, Gerrit Cole. The 35-year-old from Newport Beach, California, is the starting pitcher for the New York Yankees and is currently signed through 2028 on a 9-year, $324 million deal, signed in 2020, lasting until 2028. He was drafted by the New York Yankees in the first round, the 28th overall pick in the 2008 June amateur draft, from Orange Lutheran High School in Orange, California. He was also selected by the Pittsburgh Pirates in the first round, the first overall pick in the 2011 June amateur draft from the University of California in Los Angeles. He was out for the 2025 season, so his 2024 stats are a 7.4 WAR, 15 wins, 4 losses, a 2.63 ERA with 209 innings pitched. He made his debut on June 11th, 2013 against the San Francisco Giants with 6 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 strikeouts, 0 walks, and 2 earned runs. He has a plethora of awards under his belt. He is a 6-time All-Star in 2015, 2018, 2019, and 2021 through 2023, an Al Cy Young Award winner in 2023, a 3-time All-MLB First Team Award winner in 2019, 2021, 2023, an AL wins leader in 2021, 2-time AL ERA leader in 2019 and 2023, a 2-time MLB strikeout leader in 2019 and 2022, and he played for the Pittsburgh Pirates from 2013 to 2017, the Houston Astros from 2018 to 2019, and of course, the New York Yankees from 2020 to today, minus the 2025 season when he was injured. That has been your Player Spotlight of the Week. Again, there's a lot of news going around the Yankees organizations. We've had a lot of issues. We've had a lot of losses. Obviously, the biggest news in the last week has been Aaron Judge and his injury. Thankfully, it is not super serious, and we will see him back. 4 to 6 weeks is a long time to see him gone, which is very disappointing, but at least it is not a career-ending injury. Other controversies obviously has been Yankees manager Aaron Boone continuing to start Anthony Volpe over Jose Caballero. I don't really understand the thought process behind it, but honestly, I guess Caballero can play multiple different positions and still get a hit at bat versus Anthony Volpe apparently can't play anything but shortstop. It's getting frustrating, but we're just going to have to see what the Yankees do. And apparently they don't like change. We'll see what happens. It's going to be a long stretch without the Judge. We'll see how we do. Hopefully he gets back sooner than later, but without Aaron Judge, we're in a rough spot. As always, thank you for listening. I have been your host, Red, and this is the Switch Hitter Podcast. Let's go Yankees, and I will see you on the field.